Hi. So we are doing a connect in to Mercury in Cancer energetics. Mercury goes into Cancer. Oh, we're still connected. We were just attempting to connect to the phone, so we didn't have to connect the phone to a stand to make it easier to hold. So let's just see. So the energies for us today were just being like super super intense. We managed to go for a sunrise walk this morning with our beautiful Zendaya, but he was hugely sensitive. And then we came back and just slept for a few hours. I've been reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy to catch up for book club tonight, but struggling with that. And so we can tell mostly in our little one's energetics because the reading's really hard and it's really hard to focus us. And so it was kind of, what do we want to do then? And it was like, we want to do a meditation to connect into Mercury moving into Cancer tonight. Venus moved into Taurus 2 days ago on the 6th, and Jupiter moves into Gemini tomorrow. And Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and we have a Sagittarius full moon on the 11th. And we'll talk through this now briefly, but what's really cool is here, if you look, we're using the comparison between the Dali tarot with your traditional Rider-Waite, and then we've got Thoth as well, or Thoth, however you want to pronounce it, along with Kim Krans, because the littles love the visuals of that. And so we didn't have our words, we didn't have the capacity to do like a seated connect into the energy, and so this is what they wanted to do. And so we came inside and we got out the cards for Mercury, which is the Magician. And we wanted to do the two because Mercury in the Rider-Waite belongs to the Magician, but in the Dali Tarot, Mercury belongs to the High Priest, which is actually number 5, and that's the Hierophant card of the Rider-Waite. And so by pulling in the different perspectives from Rider-Waite and from Dali means that you can see these loops of energy that are going on between the moon and Mercury, and then the energies of like Cancer. And we have the Astro book here coming out because we have our physical and mental abilities. And if you look in here, the sun, that rules the heart, the upper back, the spleen, and the circulatory system. And a really profound connection that we literally just made when we were doing the personal connections. The moon comes after, I thought the moon came before the sun. Yeah, the moon comes before the sun. Was that in the moon, moon comes after the sun, even though it's 28-day cycle. So the sun is a 1-year cycle and the moon is a 28-day cycle, and that's so we were going backwards. So the moon rules the digestion, and with our Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, we personally believe it's all to do with the gut biome to get to health and the patternology in the body. And so even if we can't intellectually word and summarize concisely in a really coherent way how we'd like, when we do this visual meditation, just looking at the cards and looking at, for instance, the Magician card, Mercury rules Virgo, which is normally the Hermit card, and Gemini, the Lovers card. But in the Dali, the Lovers belongs to Virgo. So there's an interesting little loop going on here as well. And the Gemini card is the Sun. So what's really special for us is the Sun and Mercury are our personal ruling planets. So if you know your birth time, then the ruling planets of your chart are the ruling planets of your rising sign. Now we are at 29 degrees 28 minutes Leo. So we're a Leo Virgo cusp on our rising sign, our ascendant, which means the sun rules Leo and Mercury rules Virgo. So the sun and Mercury are our ruling planets for our whole chart. Now, if you don't know your birth time, we're taking an educated guess that it would be your sun sign. So our sun sign is in Aquarius. So if we didn't know our time of birth, our sun sign's in Aquarius, we're on the cusp again of Aquarius Pisces, and therefore the planets ruling Aquarius and the planets ruling Pisces would be our ruling planets, which is Uranus and Saturn for Aquarius, and Jupiter and Neptune for Pisces, which would be 4 ruling planets for the sign. So you can figure it out that way. And what's even more magical about the energies at this time, not only have we, when we've just had Saturn move, change signs into Aries at the end of March, then it was, what was it? Or was that at the end of, we've just worked all this out, but we can't figure it now. There was one at the end of March. There was one at the end of May. Venus 2 days ago, Jupiter tomorrow, Mercury today, and then the sun goes into Cancer on the 21st. So what you've got a really magical, profound loop going on with the full moon as well. So if you look here, we loved this bit about this was Magician and Mercury in the Rider-Waite, but the Magician in the Dali Tarot is the sun. Cancer, which the Mercury's moving into, is the Chariot card, but here it's the moon. The moon card is the card of Pisces in the Rider-Waite. The Chariot card belongs to Sagittarius, and it's the full moon in Sagittarius that we have on the 11th in 3 days. So Sagittarius is the Temperance card, but the Temperance card is Aquarius in the Dali Tarot, and the Chariot here. So you've got this real beautiful connection between the Mercury in Cancer and the full moon in Sagittarius when you look at it through the lens of the Rider-Waite Thoth Tarot entangled with the Dali Tarot. Now we're not sure what perspective Dali uses. We haven't read into it that much yet. It's a new deck for us, but the moon card, the High Priestess, is the same in both these decks. So the full moon in Sagittarius on the 11th, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Now Jupiter tomorrow is moving into Cancer, and it's the Mercury that's in Cancer now. So the Cancer and Jupiter, no, Cancer energies are big. Cancer rules, from the Astro-Seek perspective, Cancer rules your breasts, your stomach, your chest area, your mucosa. The moon is your stomach because the moon rules Cancer. So that's the one bit we forgot actually on the loop. You've got the full moon in Sagittarius. So where's your Sagittarius in your chart? Ours is in house 4, about the root, with the roots and everything. House 4 actually belongs to Cancer, so that gets even more magical for us personally, but we're sticking to the collective here. So, oh, sorry, we've got some comments. We're not really looking at the comments. Jodie Baxter. Hi, Jodie. Do we like our job and cards? Please answer. We're sorry, we're on our phone and we're not great with technology. So we're actually just connecting into the collective energies through the lenses of Mercury and Cancer, and offering people a visual meditation to connect into these energies as well, seeing as Mercury's moving into Cancer tonight, to help shift the energies through the body. So I hope it's helping shift the energies through the body for you, Jodie. We love doing the cards. We use the cards a lot. It's not for a job though. We do it for fun, for fun and to help the different aspects of us. So our littles, which belong to our body, they are the visual, they love the visual sensory system most. So that's how we use the cards and why we're looking at it, how we're looking at it now. And we needed energy shifting through our body. So we'll go back to the Magician. The Mercury, sorry. The Mercury is moving into Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. We have a full moon in Sagittarius in 3 days. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is also moving into Cancer, and Cancer is governed by the moon. And so there's just these amazing loops going on at the moment in the energetics, and lots of shifting, but for a positive way. Another way that you can use the cards is just as a visual representation. Jordan Rivers Patch Tarot, he combines Rider-Waite and Thoth, and so you can look to see the Mercury in Cancer is the Three of Cups, hence why we have the Three of Cups there, which is about abundance. So if your internal energetics, your subtle energetic body, your meridians from the Chinese medicine are connecting and aligning because you're putting in the effort, but from our perspective, it's less and often is more. So it's not like a real huge working effort. Then there's potential for abundance. And we even really love this because this is for the sun. So the Mercury is in Cancer on July the 1st to the 11th, which is the second decan. So these energies have been activated now with Mercury, but then when the sun moves into Cancer at this time, these will be these degree points, the second decan will be activated even more, which is major potentials for abundance. Now, what gets even more magical is if you follow the cycle of Mercury and go to the next Mercury, that's on September the 12th to the 22nd, that the Mercury in Virgo, which is the sun energies again. But this one's just like, we just looked up on our chart, and Mercury goes retrograde in between this time, so that the Mercury and the sun are completely aligned, pretty much, maybe give or take a day on these dates. So that's a real major activation point. And the 10 of Pentacles, if you look at the Thoth card, is about wealth. So for us personally, again, we have been doing certain things to become more financially sovereign. So hopefully, personally, because we've been putting in certain efforts and facing certain fears to become financially sovereign, then this may mean that there's something potentially abundant and wealthy going to happen for us around this time. So what are you doing? Are you doing something that could create these energies of wealth and abundance? And we wouldn't normally link it into money and wealth. It may be wealth in love, it may be wealth in stability and finding somewhere to live, or stabilizing where you live already. It may be feeling wealthy and stabilized in your body, or connecting to nature. So when we looked at the other cards for Mercury, you've got the Five of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Five of Pentacles is Mercury in Taurus, Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius, and you've got Eight of Wands, which is Mercury in Sagittarius. And so when you look at this in the tarot, you've got feeling out in the cold, feeling sorry for yourself, not fitting in, being an outlier. You're leaving that all behind with the Six of Swords. The worry, it's called worry card in the Thoth, and it's science. So you may be taking a more logical, rational approach to understanding the root causes that made you feel like this, to then sail away on the boat and be more rational with it. Or maybe not being rational from suppressing the emotions, but being rational because you've learned how to regulate your nervous system. You've learned how to manage your emotions and look at them subjectively by feeling through them with music and journaling and being in nature, breathing, movement, and then being able to look at it objectively and rationalize it, so you can balance out both hemispheres of the brain and so the body. And then there is this rapid movement. There's the Eight of Wands, which is swiftness, if you want to put the word to it. So there's a more of a rapid dynamic movement. Mercury in Sagittarius, the Sagittarius full moon, which then brings you to the 10 of Pentacles. So it's just quite a beautiful combo of energies going on. I don't know if we said this one earlier, but the Lovers and the Hermit, Gemini and Virgo ruled. Lovers is your hands, Gemini is your hands, arms, shoulders, lungs and nervous system. Virgo is your small intestines and your abdomen, ruled, which is governed by Mercury. But here, Lovers is Virgo And the Hermit, we think that is the symbol for Pluto, a different symbol to Pluto. We're used to a little circle in the upper crescent. But then you've got the Sun, which is the Gemini card. So this is what, we'll just mention these quickly as well. You've got the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Now, these are the central inner part of the dynamics of energies. They're the season of summer, according to this. For us personally, you've got Pentacles for spring, Wands for summer, Cups for autumn, and Swords for winter. For us personally, Pentacles is the manifestation of the imagination into the tangible. So the Pentacles for us would actually be autumn, when you do your harvest. So we'd swap those two round personally, and that you can do that. What do you align better with? You don't have to follow someone else's system. We're all about authenticity and following your own system. Oh, hi. Oh, look at all those emojis. Hi, Jodie. Can't quite see them all on our phone, but they're cool. They just made our little smile. It's like lots of emojis. So yeah, follow your own authenticity, connect into the energies. And if what you pick up is different to the conventional, even if it's like this even if the spiritual isn't really the mainstream and it's non-conventional anywhere, you may be the non-conventional of the non-conventional. And trust in that, have faith in that. That is what authenticity is. For us, pure authenticity is being different. And just like the Dali Tarot is different to the Rider-Waite Tarot, people pick up on different things. Yet there are some things that are set in stone almost, like your moon card being the High Priestess. And like if you look between most tarot, you have Libra and Leo, justice and strength, which switch between numbers 8 and 11. Hi, Secret Life of Jake. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. Love you too, Jodie. So we were just going to mention, that's it. So these were the center inner points of the rotation of the circular energetics, the spiral vortex energetics. Now on the outer point, you've got the Queen of Cups. So here, oh, so what have we done now on the phone? Pull that down. So here, if you look at the Three Cups again, where we're looking, the outer energetics is your queens, your knights, and your kings. Your kings belong to the mutable energies, your Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces axes. Your wands belong to your knights belong to the fixed energies, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. Your queens belong to the cardinal energies, the global axes, your Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Aries. Just let's take a sip of homemade elderflower cordial, honey cordial. Freshly picked elderflowers. We just bottled that up yesterday. And so with these outer ones, they belong to 2/3 of one sign. So if you think of Cancer, Cancer is cardinal and it's water, so you can tell it's Queen of Cups, and it'll be 2/3 Queen of Cups and 1/3 the sign before, which is Gemini. So 2/3 water, Cancer, and 1/3 air, Gemini. And so that then is, so this then is our visual meditation of dual, I suppose, is it binary dual, like Gemini energies from Mercury, double perspectives, to start giving ourselves more courage and faith and strength that we don't have to follow other people's systems. We can follow our own system. And if that's what makes sense for us, that's the unique gift that we're bringing into the world. Now, what was there? This is what we really noticed here. And this is why our littles noticed this with the World Unknown Kim Kranz. And when we laid these two cards down straight away, I mean, you've got them facing in the same direction, but you've got that bent arm movement. And it was kind of like this wing as well, pointing that direction. So it was very much connecting into the elbow and the shoulder. Now we are working with the Mayan galactic calendar as well. And you have certain galactic activation portals on certain days. And depending what day they're on, depends what tone or number it relates to. And it does a 13 a 13 tone wave spiral cycle. So that's related to the Fibonacci sequence. And we just had, for instance, tone 7 a couple of days ago, which is the neck and spine major articulation of the body. And so again, us bringing our body into this, with we are accessing the universe that's within us into the center void of the atom, and working from the inside out. So most people experience and channel entities outside of them from the universe, whether it's the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Z's, whatever. We do that from the inside out. And so we haven't got the words for it yet, but that's what we feel our DID and our alternate personalities are. And so the shoulder and the elbow, if you've got the left, because this is the left shoulder, is actually tone 8 and tone 9. Now for us personally, our personal galactic birthday or galactic signature is kin 178 white solar mirror. The white mirror is the 1320 aligned with nature time scale, and the solar relates to tone 9, which is the left elbow. So we made a connection through the visual patternology between these two different perspectives into our personal galactic signature of our left elbow, which we also have issues with because of our fused collarbone, which is all deeply internally realigning through the multiverse, the cosmos within, through the microcosm of the bacteria, because the individual bacteria makes up the community of bacteria, which makes up the individual cell consciousness, which makes up the cellular system consciousness. And the cellular system is like the skin, the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, and then your heart, your organs. And we personally learnt that information from when we were like bedbound, observing and listening to our Jun kombucha in our bedroom, and how the scobies, which is a build-up of the bacteria from the kombucha, where it makes the layers of scobies on the top where the liquid meets the oxygen, where the liquid meets the air. And so that's like the skin is like a big SCOBY vessel type body. And so that again is a personal connection. We're not quite sure of the actual science of it all yet, because we're still kind of healing and coming together, but getting better all the time. So if you've got any cards, maybe this will inspire you to get your cards out and to approach connecting into the current energetic alignment through the cosmos and through yourself and your visual sensory system in a different modality. It doesn't always have to be like sitting down and, you know, linking your forefinger and thumb together and chanting Om and sitting cross-legged and attempting to kind of get still and focusing on your breath. We do a lot of that personally. Only today's Sunday, and on the galactic calendar, we'll just get up and show you the galactic calendar. It's a bit of a mess in here. We would do, if you go to our Shintosai channel, actually no, you can go to the community post here on this channel, and that will take you to, if you go into the description, you can find the link to our Shintosai channel, and that will take you to the yoga mudra for your third eye. So today we're on Sunday, excuse me, plant. On Sunday, the 8th of June, which is the third eye chakra. And so we just posted the yoga mudra for the third eye, and we were doing that this morning first thing as well. And it's guided by intelligence. This was the galactic activation portal we were just talking about, which is that symbol there for your neck and spine. So even though one may not really understand certain things yet, there's so much information through going into us, uploading and downloading. It's not just about one direction, it's both directions. You've got traffic on both ways of the highway, both ways of the road, so it's uploading and downloading information at the same time and sharing, but not necessarily sharing with other people. It can just be sharing with nature, sharing with animals. For us, we do a lot of sharing and uploading through our primal vocal sounding to shift energy through the body as well. So, You've gone food shopping. Bye, Jodie. I think we've missed you there and you've already gone. But good, happy food shopping. Enjoy. So we're going to leave you there and get back to Richie. Double bitey, no more. That was funny. We were going to say we were going to get back to reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and that was 24 minutes 42. So if you read it, you understand 42 is the meaning of life. So happy connecting into the Mercury in Cancer energies. Lots of love. Bye.